Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to my 12 Days of Christmas gift box series. I'm so excited about this. This is the first time I have done Christmas in July. You may remember my video series from the fall. I did this the last 2 years in 2020 and 2021. And this video series is a new project video every day to correspond with my 12 Days of Christmas gift box. So the 12 Days of Christmas gift box is 12 individually wrapped presents, different Stampin' Up! Product, and I've got numbers on them. So you can, if you participated, you can open up your presents every day and see a project made using the gift from the 12 Days of Christmas gift box. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing more. I've got a wait list going on right now. So if you're interested, you can check out the details at tinyurl.com/JulieGiftBox. I will definitely be doing this again this winter, so check for more details. I'll be sharing them on my channel in November for a 12 Days of Christmas gift box that will start December 1st. So save up your pennies right now and be ready to go, because in a couple months, we're going to do this all over again. Well, I'm so excited about today's gift. Are you guys ready to see what's inside? If you have the 12 Days of Christmas gift box and you haven't opened your gift yet, you can do it right now or pause the video and come back later, because I would hate to spoil the surprise. Well, I'm going to be really careful, hopefully, in opening this gift, because maybe I'll be able to still send it off to somebody. Oh, are you guys careful when you open presents, or do you just tear them open? I know, like, as a kid, right, I was a big tearer, just tear into it. But as an adult, I feel like I'm a little more careful of a gift unwrapper, and I'm always trying to save the paper if it's really nice, or reuse it, because I am a big reuser. This is not being incredibly successful. I'm probably just gonna have to I'm just gonna have to redo it. Are you ready? Look at this. Gift number 1 is 2 packages of the silver and gold designer paper from Sale-a-Bration. You can get this paper for free with a $50 order. This is really a fun time. Celebration is July and August 2022, and you can get this silver and gold designer paper. It's a 6x6 package, and in my 12 Days of Christmas gift box, I have $100 in Stampin' Up! Product. And so, because I was getting Stampin' Up! Product, I was qualifying for celebration gifts. So I included the celebration gift inside the gift box. So everyone who participated got their celebration freebie as part of their box. And so let me show you. I'm going to use my open package here to show you. This designer paper includes 2 different colors, gold and silver, and then for each one you have lines or stripes and polka dots. And those polka dots aren't exactly straight and even, and the lines are not all straight and even either. So I just love the sort of almost whimsical paper here. So this is a white paper with the gold and silver foil, really gorgeous. One of my favorite picks for Celebration, because I feel like you can use this over and over again with different stamp sets, different things. Today I'm going to be making 2 cards using the Season of Chic stamp set. You can find this in the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. You can also get it in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. The item number for the stamp set is 158810, but it also has coordinating dies, and so you can get those together in a bundle and save 10%, and you would qualify for a free Sale-a-Bration gift. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's get started. Let's make some cards. I'm using 2 different themes going on here. So we're going to make 1 card with the snowflake and 1 with the seashells. I guess I could have used the flowers, but I'm using the seashells for this card, and I've got my measurements already done. I should have put them on little sticky notes. I'll add them to the video description when we're all done, but I can just tell you right now, we've got 5.5 by 8.5 card base, and then the designer paper is 2.5 by 4 1/4. The coordinating cardstock is 3 inches by 4 1/4, and then we've got 1 inch by 4 and 1 inch by 3 1/2 in the foil. So these are the same sizes. The colors on this side are Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral, and over here we got some Balmy Blue and Orchid Oasis, which is a new in color. couldn't think of the word for a second. Let's grab out our grid paper. I'm really digging this small size. This is the small grid paper pack. It's 7 by 7, and I just think it's such a perfect size. I'm lazy and I don't get my grid paper out even when I should, but you especially want to use it for projects like this when you're stamping off the edge of your paper. So I'm going to use it on this one. I like this little grid paper because there's plenty of room for it on my desk. Well, I'm using 2 different images for our blues. I've got the snowflake, of course, it's going to be in the darker color, and then also this is sort of just like, I don't know, like a little texture, a little pattern. So we're just going to create a background design. One of the things I love about foil paper like this, and we've had some different styles in the past, is that you can create these sort of like emboss resist sort of looks. And I probably shouldn't be doing this with my finger, but the foil will resist the ink. So like it might show up on there, but if you rub it, the ink is going to come off the little foil dots. So I just think it's kind of a fun, different look. And I'm just going back and forth and alternating between the snowflake and the texture element to fill this designer paper with that design. Now, if you want, you can turn it over when you're done and sort of rub and get off any of those extra little, you can kind of see any of the ink that is sticking to the foil. You could also use a cotton ball or a tissue or something like that. All right, well, I'm going to put this aside for right now. Actually, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I'm going to do that in the darker ink, which is Orchid Oasis. And this comes from the same stamp set, the Season of Chic. And this says, thanks. So that's going to go on that card. Now we're going to do something very similar just with the other colors. So let me put these aside and we'll get out our Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral ink. I thought since this designer paper pack had gold and silver, it would be fun to do 2 different designs utilizing the same pattern. So we're going to do the thicker image for the seashell with Pale Papaya and the detail image with the Calypso Coral. And then I also have another little texture die. I just felt like I could use just a little something else on this card. Now for this card, I'm going to kind of keep the patterns close together. I'm sort of zigzagging down my card and turning out at a little bit of an angle. When you have a small piece that you're stamping on, you want to try to fill as much of this as the space as possible. As I'm doing this, I'm realizing it might have been smart to start with the darker design because then I could better see where to put the lighter design. I'm not doing too bad though. I'm going to add some of this extra texture in between, and it's okay if you overlap. Now, this is a very light color, the Pale Papaya, so it is very subtle to see the extra design in sort of the margins, but I think it just adds a little texture and kind of fills out that paper a little bit more. There's our colors. Going to do a quick little rub down, trying to get all the extra ink that's sticking there. And for our sentiment, I'm going to use the darker ink again, and this one says, "You make each season of life even more beautiful." Oh, I love that. This is a stamp set, the Season of Chic, that I haven't really had a chance to play with. In fact, I think this is my first time, maybe second, inking up these stamps. And so I'm really feeling like I need to get this one out a little bit more. I love that it has flowers and leaves, the snowflakes and seashells. So I really feel like you could create cards for all different seasons and occasions using this stamp set. We've also got a lot of really great sentiments here. Wishing you the best birthday ever. I'm here for you. You make each season of life even more beautiful. You are amazing beyond measure. Thinking of you and love you. And this, the cover art does not really depict the art in actual size. So it's a lot smaller on here because this is a double stamp set. This is photopolymer stamp. So you can see this on the inside is the actual size of those images. So a little bit smaller there on the front. In fact, it says right there, images at 75%. So sometimes that happens with the cover art on stamp sets just because they can't fit all the images in at 100% on these bigger bigger stamp sets. Let's do some simple gluing. These cards are going to be super simple, but sometimes I just love cards like that don't really necessarily need a whole lot, just kind of stamping and getting it put together. So I'm going to layer these together with my Stampin' Seal. And I'll use some Stampin' Dimensionals underneath the sentiment. I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know, what was the last card that you sent? What was the occasion you sent a card for? Was it a birthday card or a thinking of you, maybe a get well, or how about a wedding? Oh my gosh, summer is the perfect time for weddings, right? So leave a comment, let me know what was the last occasion that you made or sent a card for. I'd really love to hear from you today and hear about the cards that you have been making. I'm going to make that a little bit off center, and then I will come down here with the sentiment. Of course, I've got that on Stampin' Dimensionals. Like I mentioned, these cards are going to be super simple today, but you could dress this up with some ribbon or extra embellishments. I find that I'm actually going to go high, I think. I find that the gold, to me, sometimes dresses it up just enough where I don't feel like I really need to add additional embellishments. So I'm going to keep it just simple like that. Let's do the next one. And of course, these are the same measurements, just a different stamp design. But isn't it amazing how you can stamp using the same measurements, the same layout, but changing up the colors and images, like just gives a total different look and feel to the card. Oh, I'm seeing all your comments come through about the cards you've been sending. Lori sent a birthday card. Tina, thinking of you. Oh, the birthday card, which you just mailed this morning, Loretta, that's awesome. And Cyan, oh, a sympathy card. I actually have a couple that I need to make. Sometimes I put those off a little too much. So I always try, when I make a sympathy card, I try to make a couple extra so that I have them ready to go when I need them. Sometimes, like, I know this sounds really cheesy, but I don't usually get emotional when I stamp, but sympathy cards are the ones that always get me. And so sometimes it's really hard for me to get through like making sympathy cards, because I just end up channeling the person that I'm making it for, thinking about their loved one that they lost. And sometimes that, like, I'm just a very empathetic person, and so sometimes it can be kind of overwhelming, and it can be very emotional to make sympathy cards. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just too emotional, but sympathy cards are the ones that always get me. I don't cry when I make other cards. Okay, so I'm going to stick this one low. I love that with this kind of layout, you can go high, you can go low, and you can go off to the side. Well, when I was making my practice card, I actually thought this would be a really great vertical card, and so I have another version to show you. So this is just a little bit taller. It's the same widths, so we have 2.5 inches and 3, but instead of 4 1/4, it's 5.5 inches. So now you have to let me know, this or that. Do you prefer this card design as a vertical card, or do you prefer it as a landscape card? So leave a comment and let me know, this or that. I just love this designer paper. I think it's so pretty, and I think that little bit of foil in the background really makes it gorgeous. Now, I've seen some other cards. I have a couple swaps to share with you before we wrap it up, and both of these cards focused on coloring the card or the designer paper. So this one has coloring on the foil stripes. This one is some really beautiful sponging over the dots, and I think that's so gorgeous to make for background cards. This one is from Natalie Travis, and this one from Angie Leach. Cards that I received as swaps, but I decided to just stamp all over the whole thing and really kind of incorporate it as the background and the main focal point. So I hope that you enjoyed the project that I shared today. I really do love this silver and gold foil designer paper, and again, you can get this free with a $50 order in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop during Sale-a-Bration, which ends August 31st. Thank you so much much for watching today. Be sure to come back every day for the next 12 days. I'll be doing a live video on YouTube at 1:00 p.m. Central Time to unwrap and share each day's 12 days of Christmas in July gift box gift. So I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. In the meantime, happy stamping and have a great day.